Craig's, lovely to see you. Now, I should add, by way of introducing Craig Johnston, that Craig, you were for a time the head of innovation at Adidas, the maker of this ball, the Jabulani, which is getting increasingly controversial as the World Cup progresses. What do you think?
I think it's an unmitigated disaster, and I think the controversy will get higher and higher, and I think that somebody has to pull a stop to it. The ball has single-handedly contributed to the worst World Cup we've seen in terms of goals, in terms of free kicks, in terms of the craft of the game. And when I talk about the craft of the game, what we come to see is the beautiful backspin that players put on the ball, the side spin, the top spin that gets it up and over a free kick.
And why is that not happening?
There's no spin on the ball because this ball, the way it's been manufactured, has no drag, and therefore the language, the beautiful nuances that the players put on it, is being translated as distance. So rather than floating into its target like that, it just keeps going, and that's why the players are screaming and saying, we don't like this football.
So this, what you're saying is that this ball has the capacity to essentially change the nature of football, the skill factor.
It has, unfortunately, it has changed the skill factor to the worse. The craft has gone out of it because of the construction. You know, and traditional soccer balls are made of 32 panels, and when they fly through the air, there's a drag coefficient that enhances the spin factor. Remember when we were young and we used to curl a ball into the wind, and it dramatically curved twice as much? Well, that's what happens when you have drag. And a football pass, believe it or not, is a mathematical equation. And there's forces of velocity, gravity, drag, lift. And there's an effect called the Magnus effect, which is like an aeroplane wing that gives its lift. Now, this ball has messed with those laws of gravity that we all grew up with. We all played with the old-fashioned ball, and it was perfect in its imperfection. But this ball has messed with that equation, and it's taken the craft and the soul out of the game. The stuff we come to see. And you know, Les, you know who's complaining? By the way, it's not the hoofers in the team. It's the dead ball experts, right, where the ball is ballooning over the bar. I would say, without a doubt, that 90% of crosses are overhit and free kicks, if not 95%. How's that good for football? It's a scandal.
And they don't, neither the manufacturer nor FIFA, who endorsed this product, has a right to change the game that way.
Nobody can do that. Adidas can't, but FIFA should be standing up and saying, enough's enough. Let's listen to Sven-Goran Eriksson. He said, let's sit down with the players and managers and talk about our grievances, because FIFA aren't listening. But FIFA and Mr. Blatter, they are football people. They should be listening and not listening to the sponsors, right, who are dictating that this is a good thing and should be allowed to happen. Because if you endorse it for this World Cup, Les, you endorse it for football going forward, and that's a scandal.
All right, thank you, Craig. We'll review yesterday's action shortly.